Astro, Tater.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode here on my channel, and today I have Todd with me.
What's up, guys?
I'm wearing the same clothes. He switched to a hoodie.
Technically, I just put on a hoodie. I'm wearing the same clothes.
It's the same day regardless. We're here filming, so today I decided to help Todd jump into one of the horror games I played back then. And Todd, this game had, like, I've played horror games on my channel before, right?
Yeah.
This game had me pissing my pants just because of how subtle it was. Yeah, so I don't know how we're going to do this. We might switch off. He's wearing the headset right now, so that way it doesn't come through the audio. That's the one issue with having one pair of headsets and then having a separate mic and us both playing, is that we haven't been able to hear it. So I'm going to be on controls, I think, or I might just let him take over depending on how things
switch
go.
Back and forth. We'll see how it happens.
One of the two. But it's supposed to be like a short story horror game, and it should be a lot of fun.
Gosh.
So you ready to be
I'll
immersed?
I'll be your ears.
Alright, cool. Here we go. Alright. So without further ado, here is Black Rose. QuickTime events, what? And jump scares.
Perfect.
Alright, let's get how to play. Okay, how to play close calls. Close calls are achieved by getting close to enemies without letting them catch you. Watch your score starts increasing the enemies dangerously close. Try to get as many close calls as possible. Block keyboards, arrow keys or WASD to move, hold shift to run and move the mouse to look around. Left click to interact / open doors, and press tab to pause, press and hold space to ram doors that are jammed. Let's go story mode.
I feel like time mode is a little too advanced. There's going to be crazy jump scares in the time mode.
I don't know what's going on.
So we're going to increase brightness.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't see
Screen brightness, there we go.
Yeah, okay, now you can somewhat see something.
Okay. This is nice because I...
Just a wiggling door. Whatever.
Okay. So we're in a house. This is interesting.
I started laughing.
It's...
Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
The old lady. Doors work pretty badly. I don't think I'll be able to get it open.
Okay. Because it said you could ram doors? Chapel. Okay. Alright, so clearly those doors are closed. What about this one? Oh, this one's open. Just an ominous room with a window. Just... Pop, 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 pop. Because we didn't go this way.
I'm not sure if I just heard like a door open or that's just maybe a little paranoid.
I told you it's creepy.
Yeah.
Boss says not to go near Myrtle's coffin. Why won't the grave digger bury it anyway? It's not like what Boss says is true. I mean, the dead can't really talk.
It's not going to an island.
Might be able to force it open a couple rams.
Nice.
A walkie-talkie. There's a baby monitor here.
Strange. You said come downstairs. I think we'll just hang out up here.
You freaking out? But come down where?
What?
Come downstairs. Hello?
The door definitely wasn't open last time. Oh. Is that downstairs?
Remember what he said about Myrtles?
Oh yeah, the coffin.
This is sketch, dude.
Honestly.
Okay, so empty room, empty room. Her eyes, don't look at her in the eyes. Okay.
Don't look at the eyes. Oh.
The other baby monitor is down here. This is weird. I'm not sure I want to be here anymore. Something feels wrong.
Now something feels wrong. Don't get
Stay here with me.
Stay here with me. Don't turn around.
What's going on?
Actually scared.
Okay. Stop! Oh. Wait, what happened?
You turned around and looked at her and said, don't look at her.
I didn't mean to. I didn't know she was chasing me. Yes.
Why did she?
Did you jump?
Yeah, the first one was a little like subtle, like ooh, like she's right there. But then the second one, you screamed. That had all that static going on in my ear.
So it wants us to go in the chapel?
Okay. If you do, look at the ground.
No, I'm stuck.
So it's like a Slenderman thing? Is it following you? I don't fully
guess.
understand. That seemed to work. Staring at the ground seemed to be like the right choice because we didn't get jump scared at that time.
They stitched him back together. Who's they?
So you think, wasn't there a chest there like earlier?
Right here?
It's probably. Yeah, okay, that definitely scared me because you clicked that and I'm like just messing with the chest and I was like, what is that noise?
Okay, so we're also looking for keys.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. God, it's gonna be like Outlast all over again and they're freaking puzzles.
For real? Hold up. You remember the fireplace that had that thing in it?
Yeah. Oh, if it comes down.
Maybe.
Yeah, that might be a thing. Ah, there's a key. Perfect.
And I
just
assume.
it totally.
Well, here's the thing. So, we picked up something that typically triggers something in game.
Yeah. Definitely look at the ground.
But I mean, if it's following us, what's the only way that we can lose her?
I don't know, I guess you have to memorize the floor plan because we'd have to know a way that we can go in a circle and not get pinned like we just did, because there's nowhere to go after that.
Are you serious? We have to do it
All
all over again? Alright guys, we'll see in a bit. So as long as we don't plug it, I assume it's fine, and as long as we don't run directly into it.
But she like kind of follows you.
That fucking swerve, I think.
Yeah. Still
So where's
There's
this
gotta be
key
another
go to? Does it go to the door, maybe? Or maybe the chest?
Oh yeah, maybe. But it didn't seem like there was a prompt that it needed a key. Okay.
The only way to keep Myrtle in her coffin for good is to lock it. I thought I had locked it before, but someone else must have unlocked it. Either that or the lid was forced open. There's a key in here labeled Myrtle.
Okay, yeah, that definitely gonna trigger her.
Yeah, definitely.
So does that mean we have to go back to the cellar?
I don't know. Maybe shut it and lock it? Is she in there? I should probably do what the note said. I need to lock this thing. Fuck this. Silver key fell from inside the coffin. It's labeled V room 1. Take it. Did we beat it? No. I'm not asking you to speak to me, but I made something for you today. At first, I thought about going out and picking you the prettiest flowers I could find, but decided not to. Flowers are beautiful, but eventually they all die. Instead, I made you an origami rose. Paper will never wither, just like my love for you. This rose is black because the love we once shared is gone. It was lost in the darkness, and there's no ignoring that. However, even if this love is no longer mutual, there's still one side that will never die. This rose is our symbol. What rose?
Is there a rose next to the note? No, there's not.
Okay.
Full system lockdown enabled.
Full system lockdown enabled?
Where do you...
That just, it sounded like a security system's on, and now there's like a ringing.
Ever since my first day working here, I felt a little
strange.
strange. Now, after what happened that day, things seem to be getting even stranger. I'd even go so far as to say creepy. I've been an embalmer for years now, and I'm very passionate about my job. I've always felt comfortable with what I do, so it's pretty unusual that I feel this way. 2 of my colleagues have died. I had to embalm them both. However, grief can't explain this feeling. Up until just 4 days ago, I hadn't even known about the history of this funeral home. I already knew that it was ridiculously old, but what I didn't know was that it allegedly harbors some kind of powerful aura which traps and torments the spirits of people who have died in a state of grief or fear, and have at some point been associated with the building in one way or another. These associations apparently include those occurring post-mortem, such as embalmings and funerals.
Okay, just have an extra thing. Some like creepy morgue voice guy just read out that one.
Okay. So what just happened with the whole system lockdown?
It sounded like a high-tech computer when the full system locked down or something. But she was like crying or screaming. I already forgot, but she was not happy.
So where do we go now? We've been to all the rooms.
Oh, is there a door behind?
Hold up, there's a note.
Okay, that's it.
Mr. Raines, please tell your son to stop playing under the tables during funeral services. It's disruptive and upsetting to the grieving families. Today, he also stole one of the keys to the visitation room and was later attempting to open one of the drawers in the morgue. This type of behavior is unacceptable and will not be tolerated. If you do not start controlling him, I will take it upon myself to personally teach him a lesson. Michael. Okay, so it's a little kid that I assume is dead.
The door's open.
The chair scared me.
To make things even weirder, this place has a serious lockdown system. Yesterday was the first time I've ever seen it used, and many of the workers, including myself, were ordered to wait in the family room until the situation was taken care of. No one I've spoken to about it knows why it was done, or at least they won't say. All I know is that these safety glass windows and electronic gates appear to be designed for keeping things in rather than out. I was the first responder that day. I was the first and only person to make it to Myrtle's side before she passed away. She managed to give Sullivan a parting "I love you" on that baby monitor, but that was the last communication they ever had. The last thing she ever did was give me that piece of paper. It was a short poem she had written for Sullivan earlier that day. She asked me to give it to him, and I promised her I would. And she slipped away. I guess Sullivan had picked up by Myrtle's weak rasping in the baby monitor that something was happening to her, because soon after she had passed, he came running into the hall from the upstairs arrangement room. But he was too late. She was gone. That's when he broke down. I'd never seen him show so much emotion towards Myrtle before. Then, of course, the rest happened. I'll keep my promise, even
of course
now.
The rest happened.
It's all I can do for my dear friends.
Yeah, I know. Okay, he's just finished.
Saving!
Oh,
Yes!
sweet. Checkpoints?
Thank God!
Also, we have a score of 93. I'm not sure what that means, but hopefully that's a good score.
Is it locked?
It's not making any noise at all.
Okay.
Like, it's not shuffling. As a matter of fact, I don't hear any audio anywhere. It's silent, unless it's supposed to be silent.
Really?
Yeah, I don't even hear footsteps.
Yeah, you're right. The audio cut out.
You can go to settings of the audio again. No, game volume's up.
Brightness.
There we go. There's audio now. Audio
Okay,
now.
cool. So
Still no noise there.
Still no
There's
noise.
Not even
Okay.
shuffling. Yeah. But I hear footsteps and all that now.
Alright,
So
cool.
audio's back.
hello.
Started laughing. Did we sound like a male child?
They still haven't buried them. Sullivan has been lying in his coffin now for 2 days, and Myrtle for 3. Because Conrad refused to touch Myrtle's coffin after her funeral, it had to be put aside so Sullivan could have his. Conrad still simply doesn't want to have anything to do with the burial of either of them, even if all he's doing is preparing a future grave without actually touching the coffins. I'm starting to wonder if he had some type of unpleasant encounter with Myrtle and Sullivan's coffins, or he heard some absurd rumor about their corpses. What's sad is that Myrtle and Sullivan don't have relatives who care enough about their burials to actually do something about this. Michael was embarrassed to have to tell all the relatives and friends that the actual burials couldn't be held yet. Even so, none of them objected. Maybe they just didn't see a point in doing so, considering the person they would be doing it for is already gone. I don't know. As far as feeling nervous around coffins, I do get a strange vibe now in the visitation room. The atmosphere in there is starting to feel different. The air feels heavier, a little bit oppressive even. It seems to be more noticeable today than it was yesterday. I'm not quite sure if I believe in ghosts or not, but it seems to fit what I've heard before about locations having uncomfortable, negative energy due to evil or extremely upset spirits. Maybe it's just normal stuffy air. There aren't any windows in there, and it is the middle of summer.
So you said you heard laughing?
Yeah, it sounded like a child's laughter. Like
Oh, great, children.
Little boy or something. Possibly the one that was stealing keys. I don't remember.
That wasn't there. Was it?
It turns out that Devin got into the morgue by stealing Sullivan's key card from the office. Mrs. Raines had been in there and forgot to lock it when she left. Nobody knows exactly how the kid figured out the passcode, but considering what a flake his mother is, that's probably just something else she inadvertently compromised. They're burying Sullivan with a few of his belongings from the funeral home. I guess because he had worked here for so long and was so loyal to his job. Michael revealed that one of those belongings is Sullivan's key card. Of course, they would need to deactivate it from the system to avoid any breaches and the chance that it was stolen, but then again, Mrs. Raines would be the one who would do that. I discovered earlier today that Devin had stolen the system lock override key as well and hidden it somewhere in the building.
So that's what we need.
This has got to be the most troublesome, ill-behaved kid I have ever encountered.
Okay, let's see something.
Does that make sense? So we need the system overlock override key to be able to get out, but first we need the, I guess the key code into whatever his name's office, Mr. Raines.
Yeah, so I'm assuming there's another grave morgue or thingy, whatever they're called, somewhere. So I was just wondering if any more had showed up in that downstairs area.
Maybe. Oh, that's not creepy.
Being killed by train after blinding himself?
They never buried either of them, but they're still here.
Sorry.
Spooked.
Okay, so...
Alright. There's something written on the back. Okay. They say that if you take his rose, he wakes up. That's the only way his coffin will open. I heard that he also tears you into 3 pieces if he catches you.
And on the wall where it said stitch the guy up or something.
I can't move. Oh god.
Something's under the table.
Fuck!
Look under, there's not another option.
Oh god, that was creepy.
Dude, you can just keep laughing. They won't
He has the
find it,
key.
Oh, okay, so there's a second key to get into that room.
Yeah, but what about how do you avoid the fucking kid?
Oh, okay, there's music.
All those attending the funeral service for Sullivan James, please gather in the visitation room.
All those attending the funeral service for something in James go into the visitation room. It's like on an intercom. Was that a thing always there? Creepy music's playing.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Okay, now we saw. But that paper that was laying there.
There's paper?
Yeah, was that always there? That one right there?
No.
Keys in the coffin.
Keys next to the coffin?
No, in the coffin. In that coffin over there, which means there's probably a black rose, right? Because they said the black rose is the only way to get the coffin open. So there's just a black rose sitting on that coffin, and then we have to take. And then you have to run because if he catches you, he rips you into 3 pieces. It's like definitely sketch because those things like look
Dare
like
you, dare you, dare you.
Dare you, double dare you.
Fuck!
Okay, so if you go out of this room, you make a left.
Alright, let's plan it out. Let's plan it out.
Yeah, let's not have to do this 20 times.
So I book it out, immediately go down here,
and then you
open the
swing
door.
in there, get in,
and then
do your usual.
Yes. I just don't want to see anything else scary, dude. My stomach is in knots.
Dude, I'm hearing it.
There's a black rose lying on the coffin. Take it?
But they double dog dare you. You can't get out of that. It's like an electric chair there.
I'm still trying to get over the whole there's something under the table.
Yeah,
and
then
that
they,
kid.
They look like no.
But the thing said it was next to the coffin.
No, it's in it. You see it sitting on like underneath the pillow. This is the coffin like. Pulled
Oh, see, I thought this was rooms. I was looking at it as
No.
rooms, and this little thing was the coffin.
That's the actual coffin, yeah. So you had to take the rose, the coffin opens, and then the key is in there.
Alright, you know what? Fine, fuck it, let's go. I don't know what's happening. What's happening?
No, I think you have to get out the room so that way he comes out of his coffin. Oh, maybe not. The door just locked. That was a locking sound.
Okay. Fuck!
Don't lock the coffin up. Will the door open? Did you get to the door?
Sullivan James was blind as a bat. Sullivan James fell down flat. Sullivan James is withered and blue. Sullivan
fuck that
James is coming for you.
No!
You hear like a girl breathing? No, it's nothing. Something just fell where Sullivan was.
What?
Where he was? Like in the visitation room?
Oh. His key card.
Ah, okay.
Are you not terrified?
No, I was. I was internalizing it. Definitely had a
Okay.
little bit of goosebumps from that. Like, a lot of noise.
Oh. 0 through 9, so I actually have to type it in.
Is it try 4, 5, 6? That's what our score is. Up on the top left corner, so maybe that's it. Enter.
How do you exit out? Oh,
Like you hear a child laughter. Count the lines between the lines.
So 1,
Wait,
1,
what's-
2, 3. 1. What? Count. So this is the code. So count the lines between the lines.
2,000 years later.
I don't get it.
Maybe we're getting caught up on something that actually has no meaning, and we're like, no, we're gonna figure this puzzle
Well,
out.
in that case, what is it
Best
referring
gaming
to?
channel.
If that's the case, what is it referring to then?
Because there's no music playing in the background unless the music went out again.
No.
No, because I can hear your footsteps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wasn't walking.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
6.5 hours later.
All right, guys, we're back. So we had to wiki figure out what it is because that is stupid hard, especially with this, which throws you off even more. We were overthinking it way too much.
Yeah, like the green versus the yellow and
So 2,
2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So 2, 9. 2, 9, 4. 2, 4, 6, 7. 2, 9, 4, 7.
2, 9, 4, 7.
But there's only 3 things up there. Oh, okay, so this will be put in the third one. Access denied. Oh, okay, I get that time.
You ready to run?
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, now
Dear.
some music's playing.
Why? Hell no.
So this looks like the actual, like,
What are they trying to keep out? Is there something like I need your help?
no, like, it just seems like general. I don't like how slowly that opened.
What did you want? Why? Oh god.
Can one of the...
I don't want.
I know, I don't necessarily want to find out. But nothing's really changing up with the music, so it must have been something, right? Oh, there we go, paper.
Everyone here is dead. They've all been killed. Ghosts in this house are not like ghosts in other houses. If they're looking for something specific, their corpses actually get up. Someone threw the lockdown switch and I can't get out. I finally found the override key, but I'm not sure exactly where the switch is. Although I might have an idea. I remember overhearing a conversation Michael was having a few months ago about something which was located underground. I'm confused as to whether or not this underground location is the main basement where Myrtle's coffin is. I went down there a while ago and looked around, but it appears to be mostly a storage space. Maybe I missed it. The basement is extremely dark, even with a flashlight. Maybe I need to go search again more thoroughly.
You remember how I looked in the fire pit?
Yeah. Looks like something's in there. That might be the underground spot he's talking about.
I need to find the switch. My very life depends on it, as do the lives of many future wanderers if this doesn't stop. One of the most unsettling things about this funeral home is that after a while, you start to feel as though it's hanging by a thread and on the verge of collapsing, prevented only by the mysterious force that fills the building. It's such a strange feeling. Maybe I'm not the same skeptic I was before working here. But where is that damn switch? In the deepest part of the house.
Hell no. Okay, saving.
Saving, sweet.
Woo!
Another checkpoint.
5.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Just heard a child's laughter. Are you able to do anything?
I wasn't doing that.
Okay. So you want to pause this to do a second video?
Yeah. Alright guys, we're going to leave it right there. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, go and give it a thumbs up. If you liked it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notification so that way you guys get notified every single time I upload. Which should be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and sometimes Sundays, depending on whether or not I feel hyped enough to do it.
Don't forget to comment down below if you haven't already. Say this was a cool vid, because it was. I was in it. He was in it. Super
We were
cool
scared.
vid. Yeah. Definitely had a few jumps.
I'm not even listening to it, so like, and it was still had me jumping around. So,
Really fun game so far, though. Looking forward to finishing it. Hopefully you guys will finish it with us.
definitely.
We'll see you guys in the next one.
And don't forget, may the stars be with you, my friends. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Oh, my eye.